Okay, how about now? Ah, here we go. Here we go. Now we got some audio going. Well, that was more than a little weird. It's like I can see the bars moving on this side, so we should be good now. Go ahead and confirm for me that you're hearing that it's good. Because that should be doing good here. Good, okay. Well, that was odd. Still not sure exactly what happened, but hey. So everything I said started over. So hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Freeform Disney. Okay, so some of the stuff I was saying earlier is timing today on the stream is weird because at least for the part of the U.S. I live in, it's daylight saving time. So that means that what would normally be, an hour off is, well, an hour earlier. But at the same time, I also said back in the last Rebels video that it would be the usual noon Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. UTC, which it's not, because it's actually an hour earlier than both of those. But YouTube went ahead and took the noon, even though when it was put in, it must have just auto-shifted the noon by an hour because of the daylight saving time, I'm assuming. So that means YouTube's notification went out to everybody that it would be here at the hour shifted noon. I was actually figuring it would be an hour later, but it's clearly not. So I'm hoping everybody actually gets in here. And I'm hoping it's not just the case that a lot of people are going to show up in 50 minutes, thinking that that's what time it is, in case you didn't have your time shift by an hour today. So, yeah. Not entirely sure what to do about that, but because YouTube had it sitting this way, I figured I probably better pop up at the time YouTube was letting everybody know it was going to be at. And so, hey, here I am. And hey, with the microphone delay, at least people won't be as far off in case they thought it was the other hour, I suppose. Yeah, so this is going to be messy, to say the least. I'm guessing there are at least going to be a few people that will not be here with the delay on the hour. And as I said, I don't have any other good answer for it. So, yeah, here we are. At least people can watch on the replay. At least there's that. So, hey, if you're new, let me go ahead and say welcome. And also, up above my head, up here, there will be a timer. So you'll be able to sync your watch to the same time as my watch. So make sure to go pop up your Disney Plus or whatever source you have for Rebels, because today we will be starting out with the episode Visions and Voices. So we'll be watching 3 episodes today, and then next week we will not have a Rebels live stream. We will, a little over a week, I'll have the regular video, but next Sunday will end up being the watch along, the watch party for a movie. And then in 2 weeks from today, we'll do another Rebels live stream, which will be the 3 episodes after these 3 right here. And then I think there's one more regular video between that and then the finale of the season. I think that sounds about right. So we're getting there. We're working our way toward the end of the season. And this time will be the first time that I will go ahead and do one of those Rebels character rankings after the finale of Season 3, rather than doing it beforehand. Oh man, I hope you're not all hearing all that noise out there. My neighbors are playing their audio really loud, so hopefully you don't have to deal with that too. Okay. So, let us, I suppose we shall get started. It's 11 after the hour already. So, everybody, hopefully you've got your thing queued up and ready. And we will go ahead and be starting here momentarily. Get everything here ready. So, we've got timer here. Let's see. Yeah. And so I will go ahead and give everybody a countdown to go ahead and start. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to click that like button, by the way. It helps people go ahead and see. Always mention it, but same old same, right? YouTube likes it. The algorithm likes it. Heck, I like seeing it, actually, but that's another matter. Anyway. So, everybody get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Just a little bit of a something. Voices and visions, huh? Oh, how screwy to keep seeing mall everywhere. Dang, man. It's a very different vision kind of thing from what he's experienced before, though. Where we go into the full widescreen thing. Whew. Whoa. Dang. Now, if it weren't called Voices and Visions, I would wonder more if this was, yeah, just a lot of stress and also all the regrets and everything else going on with that, causing him to have a bit of a breakdown. But because of the visions thing. Doesn't feel like it, though. The shattered remains of the holograms. That's nice. Yeah. Pop quiz. Do I remember how Ezra got the scars on his cheek? Oh, shoot. You're killing me. Yes, maybe. Crud. I have to try to watch this at the same time. Crud. Wait. What a mess. I mean, at least he's not seeing other people directly as being Maul. That would be. Oh, man, now that would be dangerous right there. Unless he is in this case. Wow. I think we need to take the lightsaber away from you for a little bit there. Wow. Yeah, I think I would too, no? Yeah, no, that's thought he wasn't seeing other people's mall, but dang. Anyway, you were saying the scars. The scars were the, as I was Inquisitors way back, but man, it was season one, wasn't it? Yeah, I think season one. It must have been. Anyway, even if I can't quite pinpoint it right now. Hmm. Is it where he got knocked off the platform at the finale of season one? Where he got knocked out, we thought he was dead. That's where he got the scars from, isn't it? Cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got to get a gold star if it didn't take me that long to go ahead and catch it. Granted, I was watching something else, but still. I'll take a silver. I love that he keeps calling him apprentice. Deal with the devil right there for you. I don't think Maul hurting him is the biggest concern here. Hey, Dram Sim. No worries. The time change thing really caused weirdness to it anyway, so. We're on episode 11, so Voices and Visions. Busy watching Maul and Ezra. But yes, Maul hurting Ezra, not exactly the concern. Warping his head a little, yeah. I wasn't entirely sure of it from the look of it. It's a little different. Well, hello there, Dodo Arresti. I don't know if I said hello to everybody earlier on, too, with all the audio problems. So, hello there to Gyroscope and Fabian Maximilian as well. And I said, sorry about the weird time shift, daylight saving time thing, and how all that went and screwed with today there. It's kind of cool to see all the destruction on here from earlier, though. Of course, Maul is far better trained than Ezra here. Dangerous as hell. Let's see. I have not played the Fallen Order campaign. I have not yet. I said if I do, I might go ahead and live stream something like that out if I go ahead and actually do play Fallen Order. But I certainly haven't done that yet. Yo. Indeed she could. So that's where the Darksaber is currently, huh? How the hell does he have the Darksaber currently? So I'm trying to think that one through and figure out how he has the Darksaber at this moment. Oh, I do want to play Fallen Order sometime. Definitely, 100%. I love to go ahead and do it. So, sometime maybe. I love that you think that's going to protect you somehow, Ezra. I mean, he's not trying to poison and kill you, man. Yeah, but he was captured during the course of the Siege of Mandalore, though. So, did they go ahead and just take the Darksaber and lock it up nearby him on board the cruiser, and then when he got out, he got it? Because he was fighting without the Darksaber during the time on the cruiser. As I said, we never saw him with the Darksaber, so that doesn't quite work for me. Seeing what Maul wants to see right there again. Yes, we said that before. Whee! Yo, this is kind of cool. Might have been good to say it before. Yeah, I don't think shooting him is going to do much. Good times. Oh, this will be fun. Had it on Mandalore, then he got taken prisoner by Palpatine, who didn't have any interest in... And in the Son of Dathomir comic, gets back from Almec. Just interesting. So saying he just had it there the whole time and he didn't actually have it with him while he was on Mandalore? Interesting. Hmm. Wee. Yeah. Makes sense as a trophy that he kept. Although at the same time, you'd think he would have had it on Mandalore with him as a sign of his ruling of Mandalore, but I guess he didn't need it by that point. Yeah, exactly. Wouldn't need it. You have two very different goals right there. Tree didn't push that further. Don't think you wanted to stick around on Dathomir any longer than that, huh? Yes, Maul should take his own advice. He doesn't lead himself anywhere good by continuing to always go on that track. We had fun with her crawling around on there. Make a little horror kind of reference. Hey, she's actually got the dark saber. Nice. Maul just wants some friends. Yeah. He's kind of lacking in the apprentice department right now. One down. Hopefully not. I'm trying to avoid that. Or not. Yo. Mm-hmm. Oh, come on. Well, we get to see Ezra double lightsabering with the dark saber and his. It looks like not. Would have been fun though. Ah, now we get to see him double lightsaber. Nice. I keep looking for anyone I recognize in amongst the Night Sister spirits there, and I can't pull any of them to specific to any Night Sister that I saw. Just kind of generic Night Sister spirits. uh, oh, love it. Definitely caught that from the other one. But it's cool to hear it out loud. Well. uh, Flying with Two Suns, although I'm pretty sure Maul also made a comment out loud about a desert planet, so you'd also have that. And back to where it began. I mean, if you pick up these pieces from what Maul said, you'd have a little more info. I mean, she has to know what that is when she picked it up, right? Ugh, fun, fun. So now Sabine has the dark saber. And then we've also got Maul and our crew all working on finding Tatooine, but taking their time, of course. We'll get to Tatooine someday. I don't know when we're going to get there, but someday we'll get there. I mean, maybe that's where we're going with the finale. That could make some sense. I could see the finale go to Tatooine. Of course, that doesn't really make it a Thrawn thing. It would make it more of a face-off against Darth Maul and with Obi-Wan involved as well. Could do that instead. Make for an interesting story if Maul found his apprentice on Tatooine. Oh, that would be interesting. Yeah. So he goes ahead and gets Luke Skywalker as his new apprentice, right? A younger, more impressionable Luke Skywalker at that point in time. Interesting. That's an interesting story. Yeah. Star Wars What If. Man, those are trickier to write than you think. Working on one of those, but that's another matter. Okay, so interesting stuff. So, warning, episode 20 icon on Disney Plus is a spoiler. I will try to avoid whatever that icon is. I mean, the titles themselves can be spoilers sometimes, too, in here. Like this one, Ghost of Geonosis. I mean, that clearly tells me a little bit about where we're going. Although it's kind of amusing. We're trying to get to Tatooine, and they're going to be on Geonosis right nearby Tatooine. Good times. But anyway, let's see. Any other big thoughts here? It's like, yeah, I am wondering, though, if this is going to be finale material or not. Either we're going Thrawn or we're going Maul for the finale, or somehow we'll combine the two. I could see that as a possibility as well. Maybe we split off, have our Jedi head one way and the crew heads the other way. It's possible. What did Anakin life sand? Yeah, there's some fun ones over there, to be sure. I mean, the Death Sticks is fun too, right? Let's see, get this next one queued up and ready to roll. So we get a nice two-parter for the big part of what we're watching today. It's a Geonosis two-parter. Yes. Okay. So anyone else got any comments on Voices and Visions before we move on to Geonosis? And I think I've greeted everybody I've seen in the chat. Oh, no, I did not. Hello there to David Mills. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, and I think I've caught most of what was being said. I don't think I've missed responding to anything at this point. Okay. Okay, so with that, hopefully everybody has your next episode queued up. So we're talking episode 12, Ghosts of Geonosis Part 1. So, with that being said, on 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Look at the purple tape on the back. It looks like purple tape almost, maybe a piece of paint. Ah, I see, Dodo. This is where the fun begins, huh? Interesting. Ah, fun. He had to pop up eventually. No kidding, dude. Jeremy say it's 5 years before Battle of Yavin. No, I don't think so, right? Because the beginning of the show was 5 years before the Battle of Yavin. So at this point, we're probably, what, on the order of 2? Maybe a year and a half, maybe? I don't know. That'd be my guess. I'm looking forward to Rex and Saw going ahead and meeting up again. Because I'm assuming Rex hasn't seen Saw since way back in that four-parter. Not to mention for Rex, you've also got the side of the Battle of Geonosis, or the multiple battles of Geonosis that he's been involved in at this point, right? Simple pleasures right there. By the way, Ezra had his helmets this episode and last using the new speeder bike helmet right there. Speeder biker helmet. 2 BBY? Yeah. It's around my guess right there, so yeah. Makes sense to me. It's like we're at the main temple entrance to their main underground, right? Uh, but yeah, this is that spot, isn't it? Get some nice references back to Clone Wars here. I mean, between the four-parter where we actually had a Saw in it, and then also this piece where we were on Geonosis and fought the Queen, we've got some definite Clone Wars references going back here. Dram, you're saying it's been a while since you watched him, but I can see Saw split off from the Rebels since he's part of them right here, or at least got to. Well, he's still fighting, but he doesn't see eye to eye. It was more my impression. So they're still fighting the same fight, but they're not quite sharing the same mission. I don't know. However you want to put that. As I said, their methods don't line up as far as what Saw wants to do and how he wants to fight versus how everybody else does. They've all just taken their helmets off and kept walking. And their guns. And next, oh no, look, they took their shoes off. And oh, look, their gloves. Oh. Yeah. You saw that coming. Poor Chopper. I was about to say Dodo. I couldn't quite tell what you were trying to say there. Battle droids. uh, well, of course you can do it. It's just one. And we've established how old these are and out of date, so this is going to be like those. Nice force shove. This brings Saw in. Nice. Nice. So wondering what would make him look like since he's got to be close to. Long, hard life since the last time we saw him. Unsurprisingly, not Forrest Whitaker doing the voice here. And that's probably a harder person to get back in to go do a voice like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's an interesting combination between the Clone Wars version and I said Rogue One with Forrest Whitaker right there. Mm-hmm. Feels really odd to have a random shield generator here with power. It's like I'm sure there's more coming on that. No kidding. It is Forrest doing the voice? Seriously? Huh. Didn't sound like him. Huh. My bad then. Huh. Yo. Yeah. It doesn't look that high up. I mean, yeah. By the way, his performance is intriguingly different from his Rogue One performance. So definitely showing some of the change between here and, well, a couple of years from now. Interesting. I thought it was somebody doing an impression of it, but different from it. But it's like, I mean, I said clearly he's not the same as he is a couple of years from now, though, either. Never underestimate Forrest Whitaker, right? And his ability to go ahead and portray people. That is for sure. At the same time, I've got to say, I'm impressed with some of the people that did come back to do voices here in Rebels, too. I mean, heck, we even had James Earl Jones come in to go ahead and do the voice on that side, and etc. we. Exactly. It's just slightly bigger than Zeb. Hmm. Not exactly lifeless. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Turn them off. Yes. Gives us a nice excuse to have to keep fighting there. Going this way. You know, we could probably transport people across there on top of Chopper. I mean, Ezra was able to ride on top of Chopper back in the other episode over at, what, Crimson Dawn. Can you start moving it again? I mean, they're inside the shield. Couldn't they just start moving it as a mobile shield and get back to the ship? Then just move the ship, try to get the ship in between? I don't know. That's pretty cool, by the way. Having fun with that. uh, wow. He can jump like that? Dang. Still, that's a pretty dang impressive jump. So we want to talk about people who are on the Jedi side who are good at force jumping. Clearly, Kanan's in the upper echelon for force jumpers, huh? Yeah, impressive. Most impressive. It was a little of a Skywalker. It's an interesting piece as to yeah where Skywalker comes from though too. Well, although is that Legends now? That might be Legends now, I guess technically, but talking about the Chiss And, well, force wielders being able to navigate hyperspace and go up through there. So being skywalkers. But anyway. I remember that being a theory I really liked in terms of where they might be going with that, at least the name of the most recent movie with The Rise of Skywalker. They didn't, but I like the idea of that being where the name was going. It was at least a fun idea. Well, at least shooting the button that turns them on turns them off. That's nice. At least it shorted in just the right way that it sent them a turn off signal. It's a weird note to be continued. I mean, if I understood what he said, it might have been a better note. Otherwise, it feels like a really odd spot to just stop. Otherwise, I think you stop the thing just a little bit early, right as the shield's starting to fail. That would have felt like the moment to pause there, compared to he said something. Oh, to see the Geonosian teeth. Uh, oh, okay. So it's not Legends. So they are in the New Thrawn books. So, oh, good. So Zahn brought it back in. Nice. Okay, cool. Okay. Tricky knowing what is or isn't in there. Sometimes. Let's kill that. Get ready for this next one here. What were they building? Dun 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 dun. And with Saw Gerrera and, well, all the debris outside, etc., we can make a bit of a guess. For all, we certainly had Tarkin in the area as well, right? So it would seem like a fair guess that this is Death Star related, especially as we're relatively recent before it, etc. Just a guess. Let's see. Oh, Drem, you're going to have to go. Okay. Well, as I said, feel free to catch it another day there. And until then, have a magical rest of your day, and may the Force be with you. Always. So, part 2. Not sure where exactly all we're going because we dealt with the droid problem initially, so got to bring in some more Geonosians who are still alive to make a threat, or, I mean, we pretty much got to bring the Empire in as a threat here, right? Not that they should probably care that much about Geonosis at this point, unless they think there's a risk of exposing what they're up to. I mean, I could see that as a reason they'd care, to be sure. Anyway, with all that said, unless anyone has anything they want to toss in, I think I'm going to be starting up the part 2 here. So I've got it queued up. Hopefully everybody else has your episode 13, Ghost of Geonosis part 2, queued up and ready. So with that said, everybody, I'm going to go ahead and say, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. I certainly wouldn't underestimate him. Super hard to tell. Or you could actually say his name, but wasn't that complicated. It's painful. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Hello there, Ark. CT1010. A spacist? What could a circle within a circle be? I mean, especially if it had, say, a few lasers coming out of it. Yeah. Confirming the thought there. Hmm. The Trade Federation. They've changed the design of their ships. Instead of a nice ring, they've decided to make a more half crescent dish with full connection. The expected Empire piece going on. Yeah. I have a new character here. Be nice if Sabine had a jetpack again. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. The old clone trooper helmet there. It looked like an original clone trooper helmet, no? Yeah. Good old phase one. Well, I take it to one of the cloning areas so we can go ahead and do more. Can we just take the ghost and fly down the chasm? It looks pretty big. Just avoid those bridges or knock the bridges down as you go down, right? Mm-hmm. Speaking of the difference of opinion. Yeah, exactly. No one cares about the bridges at this point. Not really. I mean, as a Geonosian, he can go ahead and fly and walk around the walls, so he doesn't need them. Those bombers are pretty poor aim right there. If only our bombers could actually hit something. Oh, yes. Our side, we can actually shoot things down. That hasn't been slowing you guys down too much anyway. That was an Anakin reference for you. Stupid Santa gets everywhere. By the way, see? Sabine and Anakin would get along well. uh, I will say, though, if you get those Imperial bombers, get the TIE bombers in there, just drop some bombs down that shaft. I don't think you can miss the ghost at that rate, right? Perhaps we should send more than just 2 recon units. Yes, but not with our bombers, because using bombers if they've gone down would be too easy. And we want the challenge of taking out the ghost. uh, I mean, seriously, if they've gone underground, bombers are the obvious answer. Dang. Signal for backup? Yeah, you could do that too. At least I could justify that a little bit of, oh, well, we want to get the kill on our own. We can get a little hubris there on that one. But you'd think even then you need to go ahead and report what you found, but you're just waiting. You want to go ahead and report a kill. But still, why you don't send out any more bombers, fighters, anything? In a recent Marvel Star Wars comic, it's confirmed Luke Skywalker loves sand. Lost the last war because of them. Eh. Oh yeah, love Saw, but you guys really suck. Dang, man. Couldn't stop Saw before that? You're Jedi? Perhaps we should use bombers and bomb them. Because that sounds like a really good solution here. Oh. At some point, maybe they'll figure that out, right? No, of course. Why would we send bombers when we can send rocket pack stormtroopers? Did they really only have two bombers on the entire light cruiser? Is that what we're arguing? Man, it's like they're a complete sitting duck. It's fish in a barrel if you had a freaking, even a single TIE bomber on this. Yeah, I know they're not carriers, but only two? I mean, even if you're lacking that, I mean, shift your turbo lasers, try to collapse the whole shaft, right? I mean, something. I mean, you cause enough stuff to just start falling down. I mean, you'll cause damage that way, too. Yeah, anyway. Imperial strategy. That's why she's only a captain, huh? Wait, Sabine does have a jetpack? That's cool. When did she get a jetpack? Nice. Ah, the color to it, too. So I guess she repaired the jetpack from the other time, then would be my guess here, huh? Nice. But yeah, it looks like the jetpack from the other time, just painted a la Sabine. So yeah, it's got to be that one just repaired, right? Nice. By the way, again, Sabine's got a jetpack. Nice. When you're out of better options, why the hell not? Yeah, but the circle is offset a little bit. If only Galen told Saw what he was working on. No kidding, no? Yeah, that's kind of the other thing I said I would do. Well, they were really kind to wait quite a while to start trying to seal you in, so it was nice of them. Yeah. One egg? I mean, you hope there's more than that. So, I mean, if one survived, probably not the only one that survived somewhere around on the planet. It's a big planet, after all. This is a nice piece here, just to at least acknowledge that your rebellion's made up of all kinds of people with slightly different viewpoints here. So it's a nice touch on that, too. Oh, you said you kind of thought it was Ray Sloan when she first showed up. Ah, yeah. I'd expect a little more out of Ray Sloan, right? That was, on their way out, they kind of pressed the "that was easy" button right there, huh? Okay, so there we go. Ghosts of Geonosis. Whew. Let's see. So, as said, I'll put out a regular video on this here in just over a week. And then in 2 weeks, we will go ahead and do the next 3 episodes and do those ones. So, yes, indeed. Okay. So I guess Warhead will be the next episode in a couple weeks. Let's see, let me pop this up over here, shift this around so at least I'm looking a little more toward all of you as I'm doing this. Okay. Looking it up on the... I just wanted to look it up, so... Looks like a light cruiser like that, the Architens class command cruiser. No, there really is its entire complement of bombers right there. Because it could have 3 TIE starfighters tripled with retrofitted hangar, or 2 TIE bombers, or 1 Sentinel class landing craft. And that's all the room it's got. So, yeah, I guess that's it. Dang. Still, they should have started working their turbo lasers to knock that down faster right there. Let's see. To find out the fate of that egg, read the comic Star Wars Darth Vader issue 4 of 6. Or the entire arc. Yeah, sometime. I said heard good things in there about that arc, but, yeah. Interesting that that the fate of that egg actually pops up in there, too. I said, sometime maybe I'll get around to it. Speaking of Star Wars, I finally did actually crack this open. And I've made it through the first few chapters. But time. Finding the time to go ahead and read is its own trick. But I did make it through the first few. So I'm like halfway, I think, through the first part of that book. So... there's that. Okay, I'm gonna take these off. I don't need these on anymore. So let's see. So the Geonosis arc was fun. Yeah. It was really nice to see Saw. I definitely enjoyed that, and interesting to talk about. Yeah, them having gassed the Geonosians to hide what they had been working on. Like the Empire would be above that. A little surprise. It's also kind of... I did enjoy the talk about the Imperial Senate and actually trying to bring that before the Senate and doing something there. I mean, at this point, certainly they still exist, even if their power's been heavily blunted. And, man, it would be interesting... I don't see much of anything coming of it. It would be easy enough to make a fall person on this and be like... oh, actually, it was just these people didn't renegade. This was certainly not an order from farther up. Let's go ahead and have this general or this Moff go ahead and resign for the atrocity that happened. The biggest problem you'd have is the publicity that would do in terms of the rebellion. So the Empire would want to cover it as much as they could. I think that would be your biggest danger. Certainly wouldn't have any direct effect, but it's the indirect in terms of pulling more people to the cause. And that's why, man, you'd have a PR nightmare over there, for as far as the Empire is concerned. Now we know why Saw is on Jeddah. Makes me want to watch Rogue One again. Go see Forrest Whitaker's Saw over there again, but that's another matter. uh, so yeah, that was fun. Hopefully he'll pop up again. As I said, I'd love to see him and some other people that whose viewpoints don't quite mesh with the super heroic style our people have. I think that would be a real fun thing to have a little more of those clashing viewpoints go on. So maybe pop in some more of that. I mean, you can have both sides. People who are willing to take far more drastic tactics versus also people who are far less action oriented than even our crew is and more on a diplomatic side of things. So we could play both sides of that a bit. And that could be interesting. And I mean, we've talked about connecting up two cells for the eventual attack on Lothal. So even that would bring in another cell and make us have to see some other people. And there was a little hinting back in that episode about potentially a larger grouping up later, which obviously we'll end up doing. But I don't know how much we'll see that over the course of Rebels. But that would give us a chance really for those differing viewpoints to really come in. And I think that would be fun right there. So yeah. I think I'll say this though. I don't feel that the Geonosis thing merited a two-parter. I feel like it could have been done in one. I feel like it, but I'm not sure. Because how much you'd have to cut out to go ahead and make it hidden in one episode. Maybe it's more like an episode and a half worth. Because it's a little trickier. Yes, Dodo. Yes, I remember that they gave Dodonna some Y-Wings. I love the reference to Dodonna being in there. Yep. So, certainly haven't seen Dodonna pop up yet in the show. Certainly his name drop makes me hope that we'll get to see him at some point. So, here's hoping. But, yeah. Okay. So, as I said, next time we've got, the weapon, the something or other is the name of the warhead, I think is the name of the next episode. So, in a couple weeks. And so that will be, as I said, a couple weeks. I think I will probably shift it to being noon Pacific Daylight Time. So that would make it, what is that, 7 p.m. UTC? Yeah. So 7 p.m. UTC and noon Pacific Daylight Time for what time I'll probably be doing these Sunday streams. So I'll probably just shift them that hour. Makes it a little earlier in the evening when it comes to Europe, and certainly as far as North America is concerned, at least a lot of North America goes under daylight saving time, so that should work well there too, I think. Okay. And until then, I will potentially see you in other live streams, whether it be starting up Falcon and the Winter Soldier, in case you're Marvel-oriented. That will be coming up. And so you can go ahead and catch me over there, catch Natalia and I both there on that one. And then in a couple weeks, back for Rebels again. For a live stream, I should say. Well, you already paid for Forrest Whitaker minus, might as well do a two-parter. Yes. Oh, I'll grant you that. Give me more Forrest Whitaker. I'm not complaining there. So, even if I did misidentify that at first, not complaining there. Okay. I mean, it's just like when we finally reach Obi-Wan, there's no way that's a one-parter. That's got to be a multi-parter right there. And if it is a multi-parter, that's tricky. It's got to be either the finale or the opener for season 4 then, right? I mean, I don't know how many other two-parters we have. I think we got another two-parter coming up in the next set of 3 episodes, unless I'm mistaken. I haven't looked at it recently, and I don't intend to look at it. But yeah. Okay. So, everyone, I think I am probably going to go ahead and sign on off. If you've got anything really quickly you want to shove in the chat, go ahead and do it right now. Otherwise, I am going to go ahead and take my leave. Let us see. Okay, get all that up and ready so I can. Okay. So, everyone, I am going to go ahead and say my usual. Have a magical day, and may the Force be with you always.